But what I've learned over our quarter century of shows is that deep down, we are all alike. Some of us just dress better, or had a better education, or better luck in the gene pool of parents. We all want to be happy. We cry when we're hurt. We're angry when we've been mistreated. And to be liked, accepted, and respected, not to mention loved, is the greatest gift of all. Yes, we're all alike. Know this. There's never been a moment in the 25 years of doing this show that I ever thought I was better than the people who appear on our stage. I'm not better, only luckier. So thanks for the 25 years. And on that note, take care of yourself and each other.
Don't make me choke up, Jerry. The sad news today, you guys may have heard, longtime TV show host, of course, in the Jerry Springer Show, also news anchor and mayor of Cincinnati. In case you guys forgot that part, Jerry Springer's passed away at 79 years old after a bit of a battle with cancer. He took a turn for the worse about a week ago, and he has now passed away. He's also, by the way, the child of Jewish refugees who fled to England during the Holocaust. And he's got all these things that happened in his life, many things that he's experienced. He had his final thoughts type of thing. He's an icon and staple in American entertainment. People had a chance to get up on stage, fight former Klans members, and I guess get their, I was going to say 15 minutes of fame. It ends up being more like 5 to 7 minutes of fame. He did things like this, and then folks watched, chanted Jerry, and there was also a bit, let's keep it real, a sign of the times. And I think many of these folks that came on the show were maybe acting things up, but it definitely had some questionable moments as well. Remember these?
Well, let's see what his reaction is going to be. But you really care about him. This isn't just to play a trick on someone. You really want him to be okay with you. All right. Well, let's bring him out now. Okay, how about a nice hand? Let's bring him back now. Here's Brad.
How you doing? So good to meet you. It's kind of nervous on national TV, I know, but like, I wanted to ask, like, maybe, like, you could be my girlfriend.
Well, Brad, I have to tell you, I'm a man.
I'll try anything once.
And of course, we saw that over and over and over and over again in different kinds of ways on the Jerry Springer Show, Ray. There was one more part we're going to talk about his political career, but let's keep it real. As he was on air for 25 years, he had his every other episode full of fights where security didn't do much as far as stopping fights. They were more there to show that they were ready to prepare more fights. But definitely moments like that, which I think perpetuate the types of mindsets people have that now has turned into legislation. When this was considered a joke back then, which was bad enough, but now we got people that are serious about it. I just want to show how much different it is. There were still these punchlines about real human beings, but then now it's turned into so much anger, is including those punchlines. And it's a bit of a sign of how much things have gotten worse. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, I also think that most of those situations where a trans person comes out as trans to a partner or former partner of theirs on Jerry Springer typically did not end like that. A lot of times it turned to violence against the trans person. And I think that Jerry Springer did a lot to perpetuate transphobia because this was something that everybody was watching. I mean, even I would come home from school and watch Jerry Springer and Maury Povich every day because it's what was on. And I don't think that he's left behind a very strong legacy, particularly as like a queer person, knowing the harm that his show perpetuated to our community. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think of him fondly, honestly.
And as he was saying off the top there, at least at the beginning of that whole thing, when he said, I'm no different than the folks I had on the show, except the fact you had them on the show to then wild out or have these. And many times I thought many of these scenarios were set up and, fake for the cameras in the first place, but it was still perpetuating these types of things. He got into trouble when he was actually as the mayor of Cincinnati, as I pointed off the top back in the 70s, because he had a bit of scandals happening. Here's actually, we can skip the inauguration speech. I just want to say what he went through as that mayor, because maybe this is what he was thinking when he said he's no different than the folks that he was with. Springer was elected to the Cincinnati City Council in 71. He then resigned in 74 after admitting to soliciting a prostitute. basic. Springer then came clean at a press conference, and his honesty helped him win back the seat in 75 by a landslide. But also 2 years later, he was chosen to serve 1 year as mayor of the city council. And he said he could only then serve that 1 year as mayor due to some kind of political arrangement that happened at the time. But now as he's passed, these types of shows and hosts and scenarios just aren't seen on TV anymore. And I got to be honest, if enough people see it as what it was, which was pretty crude type of talk show for the laughs, maybe they can understand that this is something that maybe these other folks don't really care that much about as far as their anger towards it. And you can see folks as real life people. So apologies for not actually getting any of the warnings there before that other video then ran. But it was the staple of a bit of a Jerry Springer type of world. I don't know if Maury did this much, Jenny Jones, and there was this section of talk shows that did this type of outrageous type of topic. So Jerry Springer's passed away. We've seen that happen.